Oh God. It's funny because I wasn't nervous.
She did the Big Sean. Oh God. Oh baby. Let's get to this. This man is talking.
Alright, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Alright. A home is a place of safety, of belonging, of comfort and love. Right? I mean, that's what I've been told. I mean, honestly, I don't know, because tell me where on earth is home for a black girl? A sister outsider? Where was home for the disobedient wife sold by her husband to traders? Where was home for the pregnant women who would rather face the bottom of the Atlantic than their babies in slavery? Where was home for the women raped by their enslavers? What home was there for the 4 black girls, Addie Mae Collins, Cynthia Wesley, Carol Robertson, and Denise McNair? Was there home for Latasha Harlins, killed over orange juice she didn't steal? What about Eleanor Bumpers? Was there home for the sisters told that the only position at SNCC for them was prone? Where was home for Afeni Shakur, abandoned by the Black Panther Party in her time of need? Is there home for the 66% of black women that report experiencing sexual abuse before 18? Was there home for the 12 black women killed in Boston in the summer of '79? What home was there for the little black girl who has to humor some dude in the street in his street harassment out of fear for her safety? Where is home for black women asked what they did to provoke their husbands or boyfriends when he beat her? Is there home for fast girls thought they brought their sexual abuse on themselves? What home was there for Islan Nettles, Simia CC Dove, Erica Morgan, Dwayne Jones, and the thousands of other black trans women killed while we pretend that trans misogynoir isn't real? Where was home for Ayanna Stanley Jones, 7 years old, shot and killed in her home by the police, shot and killed in her house by the police raiding the wrong house? Was there home for 15-year-old Zakiya Gunn, killed because she was black and lesbian? What kind of home is there for black women when we're the fastest growing prison population and the least mentioned in discussions of a mass incarceration? Was there a home for the black lesbian mother, warrior, poet Audre Lorde, even after her death? Where is home for Lorde when her words are twisted and her legacy sanitized? Where is home for black girls when misogynoir is bound to no race? What home is there for the least attractive, objectively speaking, of course, trifling, conniving, loudmouth, welfare queen, Jezebel emasculating sapphires? Is there a home for black queer girls? Is there a home? Where is home for black women when the biggest threat to our physical safety on a day-to-day basis is black men? Where is home for black girls when even our bodies are not our own? Even Yamaya, Orisha of the oceans, who can bring life and death and mother to us all, has her body, the oceans, violated on a daily basis. Where is home for Yamaya when the oceans are seen as just another black woman's body, conquerable, developable, explorable, too wild, too fertile, in need of regulation, open for devastation? A Litany for Survival by Audre Lorde. For those of us who live at the shoreline, standing upon the constant edges of decision, crucial and alone. For those of us who cannot indulge the passing dreams of choice, who love in doorways, coming and going, in the hours between dawns, looking inward and outward at once, before and after, seeking a now that can breed futures like bread in our children's mouths, so their dreams will not reflect the death of ours. For those of us who were imprinted with fear, like a faint line in the center of our foreheads, learning to be afraid with our mother's milk. For by this weapon, this illusion of some safety to be found, the heavy-footed hope to silence us. For all of us, this instant and this triumph, we were never meant to survive. And when the sun rises, we are afraid it might not remain. When the sun sets, we are afraid it might not rise in the morning. When our stomachs are full, we are afraid of indigestion. When our stomachs are empty, we are afraid we may never eat again. When we are loved, we are afraid love will vanish. When we are alone, we are afraid love will never return. And when we speak, we are afraid our words will not be heard nor welcomed. But when we are silent, we are still afraid. So it is better to speak, remembering we were never meant to survive. Black women are some kind of magic. We make something out of nothing. We make scraps into quilts, barely food into a feast. Black girls make home in the midst of hate, and we laugh when you try to tell us our fate. Zenzele Isoke said that the black women of Newark, they envision and enact a politics of homemaking, the collective production of an oppositional space that nurtures the life chances of young black folks. Further, she says, homemaking stretches beyond individual women's work in households and the sphere of domesticity. Instead, homemaking involves creating home places to affirm black life history, culture, and politics. Home places are political spaces that Black women create to express care for each other and their communities, and to remember, revise, and revive scripts of Black political resistance. Homemaking is erotic work. As the Lord says, the erotic is the measure between the beginnings of our sense of self and the chaos of our strongest feelings. It is an internal sense of satisfaction to which, once we have experienced it, we know we can aspire. For having experienced the fullness of this depth of feeling and recognizing its power, in honor and self-respect, we can require no less of ourselves. Dr. Alexis Pauline Gumbs speaks of a type of homemaking when she says, the pedagogical work of mothering is exactly the site where a narrative will either be reproduced or interrupted. The work of Black mothering, the teaching of a set of social values that challenge a social logic which believes that we, the children of Black mothers, the queer, the deviant, should not exist, is queer work. This round is an act of Black homemaking. The affirmative is creating an oppositional space that nurtures the life chances of young Black folks. This speech is an act of Black mothering, teaching the survival skills that were passed on to me and those picked up along the way. We demand respect for the self-determination of Black women, including the self-determination of Yamaya over her body, meaning the cleaning up of environmental destruction already wrought and the ending of all ocean development and exploration. Dr. Alexis Pauline Gumbs says, referencing Lord herself, a revolutionary Black woman is a sister outsider, she who belongs and yet is excluded. She who creates a radical relationship out of solidarity and love in the context of oppression and marginalization. To my sister outsiders, use these tools for survival and continue to strive for liberation. Dr. Gumbs says survival is a pedagogy, secret and forbidden knowledge that we pass on, educating each other into a set of skills and beliefs based on the queer premise that our lives are valuable. We, Tanya, Liz, Jennifer, Ebony, Chantrice, Tanisha, Chandra, Tiffany, Tria, Stacy, myself, and so many more sought and are seeking a now to breathe futures like bread in your mouths, as the foremothers did for us. You are the children that we dreamed were possible. Carice, Olivia, Heaven, Zia, Aisha, Aminata, you are our Afrofuturist vision. Our chief responsibility is to make sure your dreams do not reflect the death of ours. This activity will tell you that you weren't meant to survive here, or anywhere for that matter. And when it does, you remember that we used our ashe, the power of our words, to change the world around us, to say that you would. Draw on our power, call on the ancestors, lay offerings to the orishas, use any and all of the tools that the rest of the world has forgotten. Envision the future that you want to see, and then start building it. Find your ashe, your magic, your erotic, your power. Black girls, not only will you survive to create the future, as Renina German said, you are already from there. I'm open for cross.
So, I'd like to want to say thank you for sharing. I was wondering, what does it have to do with actually increasing development or exploration and non-military purposes of the ocean? At some point, you even actually call for the ban of it.
Yeah, no, we say that that we shouldn't be exploring Yamaya's body.
Okay, so what would a world of not exploring or not developing the oceans look like?
It looks like a world without exploring or developing the oceans.
Could we have both?
I would say until we figure out how to treat Black women and how to deal with Black folks, no. Until white folks, until y'all figure that out, until y'all get it together, until we have said okay, we've gotten there, no.
Can you have a boat? Can you take a boat in order to obtain food for your family?
I would say no. I think that's still part of that.
Okay. And why exactly do you want to try and reclaim the space of home? It seems like a lot of your speech has indicts.
No. I don't reclaim a space of home. There's a difference between home as a noun and home as a verb.
Mm-hmm.
We are making home. We do not reclaim home like
The creation of our home is a direct destruction of the home that your people have built for you.
Right. We don't.
Okay, so what is the creation of your home? So you're creating a home that is a destruction of the home that is made by.
Mm-hmm.
But when you say home, it really sounds like you mean an actual home.
Right.
I know it's not like a house. I'm trying to figure out what is this creation of home that you're bringing.
I don't think we want to divulge that information either.
Okay.
That's also true. But also, the homemaking is the oppositional space that nurtures the life chances of. I'm sorry, say it again.
How is your home not a heteropatriarchal space?
Because we openly challenge all of those notions. Like, that is part of the work of black mothering, of like the black queer mothering that Alexis Pauline Gumbs talks about. That's part of that homemaking, is always recognizing those systems and striving to tear those down. Like, what do you mean? How is it not heteropatriarchal? Like, seriously?
Well, I'm curious because you keep the term mothering comes from.
That assumes that mother.
Yeah, you also like. Hold on,
I
I got this.
Like, what is
You wait, so like. Who do you think of when you say mothering? Because I think you're actually being like the
I think of
heteropatriarchal
a bunch
one
of
here.
men.
Like,
I
go
think
ahead. So
of a bunch of
who is a
men,
mother to you?
individuals.
Who is
I
a
have
mother?
Well,
I'm sorry.
I have a specific mother, but I think of a bunch of different mothers who are not.
Okay, what is a mother to
female.
you? Describe what a
So,
mother
I
is.
mean, my question is, what do you mean by mothering?
When I say mother, when I say mothering, I mean the work of nurturing black children. That doesn't necessarily have to come from folks that identify as black women. That can be somebody. That can be like somebody who is a man but like who identifies as femme. That can be from a black trans woman. That can be from like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a cis person. It could be all types of different things. Like, black mothering is the work. My father did the mothering for me because my mother wasn't shit. She wasn't there. Like, my daddy was the person who was there for me, who mothered me, who was sweet to me. That was my black mother. So like, I think you're the one that's trying to put heteropatriarchal notions into this realm.
It'll be one off.
His face.
You hit his face?
Yes, I hate his face.
Y'all are crazy. Alright, is everyone ready?